grabbing headlines and drawing attention to topics like the economy, healthcare, and taxes. One group of people watching all of this closely, business owners, you have to think about their bottom lines. Let's talk about potential changes and the need to make informed decisions. Author and business owner Gene Marks is with us now. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I'm going to ask you a loaded question to start. How could the presidential race impact businesses? I feel like it'd be a shorter answer to say how it wouldn't, but how could it?
Yeah, I mean, really in a big way. It's creating so much uncertainty, Mary, within business owners, all my clients that I know and business people around the country that it has a big impact. The big impact is that most of us want to know what's coming down the pike. We don't really like surprises. We've got 5 candidates running that have all sorts of different views as to how they'll treat the economy, how they're going to treat jobs, what their tax plans are going to be like. That has a big impact on our bottom line. So I'm telling all my clients, all of my readers, you got to pay close attention to the elections this year.
You mentioned some of the key issues there. Of course, in an election year, we're hearing more about some of those candidates' plans. But in terms of tools, what are you recommending to your colleagues, the things that they can use right now, but then also when it isn't an election year, some of the things that are worth taking advantage of?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I met with a group of business owners. U.S. Cellular and I did an event in Milwaukee, and we were talking about issues that were affecting them and how they're kind of growing their companies in 2016 and 17. So my advice to you, it's technology, technology, technology. In an area, a time of slow growth, investing in some of the new cloud-based tools, the social media tools that are out there, video tools from like Facebook and Twitter and Google. It's a great way to grow to your community, grow your audience in an era where the economy is still pretty slow. That'll work no matter who is occupying the White House.
So, Gene, how do you stay on top of those tech trends when it changes so quickly? And for crying out loud, if you're a business owner, you're trying to focus on your field, but then you've got all of this other stuff to be concerned with.
Yeah, the other big advice I give a lot of people is if you're not already part of an industry association, Mary, you got to join one. So I don't care if you're a roofer or a landscaper or you're running a distribution business. Everybody has industry associations. Those associations provide education, conferences, things that you need to know, both regulatory as well as technologies, like I talked about, to keep you ahead of things. So most business people, they don't have the time to keep track of this stuff. Going to your industry association is usually a good use of your time for a day or two of the year.
Well, and speaking of time, point us to a couple of the key issues that you think could affect those business owners so that they're not looking at everything, but maybe those things which could have the greatest impact.
Yeah, big issues this year, Affordable Care Act and healthcare. I mean, we all know that individually. If you're a business owner, it is becoming a huge, huge problem and a challenge to deal with. So knowing how the candidates stand is something you really have to pay attention to. Overtime rules are going and they're changing, paid time off, anything that has to do with compensating your employees, those are the things you got to be focusing on in 2016. Get up to speed on what the candidates are talking about so that you can make sort of an educational vote when it comes time in November.
So, Gene, give us one website. We are out of time, but I always like to get a site so our viewers can learn more online if they'd like.
Yeah, you got it. So again, I've been partnered with U.S. Cellular on this. There's a great site. It's uscellular.com/Marks. That's me. There's videos where we talk about some of the issues affecting business owners, and an awesome white paper, which I happen to write, which I think will give you a lot of good information to navigate yourself.
I like to pat yourself on the back, Gene. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Mary. You take care.
You too. Well,